fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, let us begin. We will start with Izuku Midoriya. Now, in our last part, we went over what was going on. Izuku Midoriya during the combat portion, combat. During the combat, test at UA, where it was heroes versus villains. Midoriya and Jiro were paired up on a team against Kirishima and Todoroki. Midoriya revealing one of his weaknesses to Todoroki as he was able to easily take him down. His hesitance to use his fire side is exactly what took him down here. And then there was Kirishima. Midoriya removed Venom from his body and fist fought him. Everyone seeing Midoriya fist fight him without a quirk is what they all think. Venom enhances his natural strength, speed, durability, and everything else. Essentially a super suit. So, seeing what he can do without his suit, it still is pretty crazy. Now, Kirishima was then taken away by All Might to inherit One for All. Now, we actually do have the next day, where Midoriya and Jiro, Toga, and actually Tokuyami are all sitting down, as Bakugo and Kirishima do both come walking up. Bakugo actually sitting down at the table and asking the nerd how he got so powerful. Now, the moment this does actually happen, Kirishima does actually open his mouth, telling Midoriya that he wants to talk with him. Sure. Also, Bakugo, that's just me training intensely. Whatever. I'll find out your secret one day. Izuku Midoriya. Him mumbling that under his breath, before actually just turning and looking at everyone else around the table, asking them if they have any idea what he does. Now, with that being said, Kirishima does talk to Izuku about One for All, saying that Izuku Midoriya recommended him for it. Midoriya actually getting questioned as to why does he think he should take the quirk. Venom popping out of his shoulder and saying that he seems to have good intentions. However, I think that you shouldn't take the quirk. What? I mean, I'm so shocked as all. I mean, this quirk, if I take it on, what's gonna happen? Easy. You get a strength boost, speed boost, durability boost. Your quirk gets enhanced. Basically, you might even be on the same level as I and him. Whoa. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Anyways, I thought about giving it out to someone else in our class. But I know Bakugo and, with his temper, he might accidentally go off on somebody. I don't think he'd be ready for it. However, you seem to have more of a humble beginning. What do you mean? Well, I mean, I don't know. You're just so calm about everything. You try to... What's the right word? Stay chill? Yeah, that's it. Anyways, that's why I recommended you. Plus, I kinda did evaluate you during the combat thing yesterday. What? Yeah. Anyways, uh, good luck with One for All. Midoriya waving off Kirishima as he does actually head back to the cafeteria. Now, Kirishima would go back to All Might and actually inherit the quirk. After All Might does have him do a test. Now, subsequently he does break his arm, go to see Recover Girl, and then actually work with All Might to try and perfect the quirk. Now, because All Might is closing in on becoming his prime again, or is closing back in on his prime, his power is increasing. He doesn't need to hide the fact that he can't do hero work anymore for less time. In fact, there is even something called the Return of the Golden Age, where All Might actually has been seen doing more and more hero work. This has caught the attention of multiple other pros in UA, along with particular people. Now, with that being said, we actually will cut up to a few weeks later. Kirishima has still been trying to master One for All. However, he has not yet discovered full cowling. He has, however, discovered the increase in his quirk. Now, along with that, we actually have All Might, who is on the bus this time for UA. Or, actually no, All Might's not on the bus. He's spending his time doing hero work. And he's just running around the city solving everyone's problems. Even the small ones. Now, with that being said, Aizawa is aware that he's late. However, he can't really be too angry, since apparently him looking over to Zuko, talking about how All Might has an interest in two of the kids in his class. Now, All Might did flat out say to Eraserhead that two of the students did help him. Or one student helped him in his class and the other one is his successor. Since Aizawa asked him questions after the first day, where he was inspecting Class 1A's physical test. Now, with that being said, everyone will arrive at the USJ, where we do meet the Space Hero, 13. And everyone is going on and on and on about how you can be heroes, villains, or whatever with your quirk. You just can't be an asshole, basically. And Midoriya's spider sense does go off. The moment that does actually happen, Izuku, he actually is looking around, before he does actually have Venom tell him that something's going on with the sound systems. Midoriya looking up and seeing that they're sparking with electricity. And he actually does inform Mr. Aizawa that there's a problem going on here. Aizawa confused as a portal does open up. Midoriya saying that he knew it was something happened here. His spider sense is going haywire right now. Now, Aizawa would inform Izuku to stay back with everyone else, and that he'll keep them all safe. Midoriya telling Aizawa that that's not going to happen, as he just simply runs in. Now, the moment Midoriya actually does leap into the air, he actually does tell Venom, mask. To which Venom does suit up around him. Midoriya immediately landing before getting up and immediately just sweeping villains all throughout the area. As he just throws out his hand and it does stretch out longwards. Now, Kirigiri and Shigaraki actually do see this, as this boy has a strange quirk. So it has something to do with elasticity and strength. So, not really too much to worry about. Them thinking that, as Midoriya does show off the versatility he has with Venom. He's running around jumping and leaping throughout the air, at high speeds. He's sticking enemies to walls. And he's even using tendrils and shooting them throughout his body to wrap around certain opponents and take them all down. Now, Midoriya is doing very well, at first, up until Kirigiri does actually go to teleport everyone else away. The moment he actually does do that, a villain does hit Midoriya with a large blast of fire. Venom screaming out in pain as Midoriya he does actually just throw himself backwards screaming. Shigaraki watching that happen, as he himself does decide to think about rushing in, talking about how he can take that kid out here now. Now, he actually does watch as another villain does try and blast Midoriya with sound, and he actually does throw his hands up to his head as he does scream more. Now, with that, Midoriya is teleported away, as he is falling. Now, Midoriya is trying to tell Venom to simply just get control over himself, and that everything is going to be fine. Now, Venom is trying to recover Midoriya, him looking around as his spidey sense is still going off, him actually seeing somebody out in the distance, as he does actually just try and shoot a spider web over to them and yank them over, as he actually is looking around more. Someone's screaming out his name as he actually does grab out towards them, and throw up a web. Then when he actually does, both these two do wrap around Midoriya, as he actually does throw up Venom and tell him to make a shoot or something. Do something. Now, Venom does just go to make a parachute. The moment he actually does, Midoriya smashes into the ground, and he does land very hard, as Venom redirected himself from Midoriya's torso and upper body. Now, Midoriya is just laying there, as he does have two people laying on top of him. Now, Midoriya, he actually does try to open his eyes. The moment he actually does, his vision is very obscured, as somebody actually does pull back and get off of him, as it is Momo Yaoyorozu. Midoriya confused and surprised as she actually does ask if he's okay, and if, well, he's hurt. Midoriya just looking away from her for a second, asking if they're okay, and where the other person is. Yaoyorozu trying to say that Midoriya, he is bleeding a lot. Midoriya looking down and actually seeing that he impaled something on his body. Him actually asking Venom if he can take care of that. Venom just jumping out of his shoulder and telling Midoriya that he's trying to. Listen, you are not staying calm. Along with it, your hormones are rising. Venom? Shut up. Momo actually blushing, saying that she's very sorry for that. She did not mean to land on him like that. Just don't worry about it. Anyways, we have bigger problems. Yes, we do. Now, Venom recovering Midoriya as this object in his body does just shoot out towards the ground. As Midoriya does actually stand up and talking about how, where are they? We're in a city. Midoriya looking around and saying that, where's the other person? Oh, Toga, she's over there. These two running that way, as they do meet up with Toga and Kaminari, as Kaminari has encountered a few villains and actually is trying his best, and failing. Now, Midoriya, he does quickly try to take down the villains. However, after one did try and threaten Kaminari, and basically use him as a hostage himself, even though he was not in stupid mode, Midoriya just simply threw a web directly at his face. A large abundance of venom actually with it. Now, the moment that actually happened, the villain did actually just pull backwards and try and go to grab away a venom, since it's blocking his airflow. Kaminari running forwards as Midoriya did run in and directly smash the man directly in the gut. before Venom just did come back to him. Now, with that, they do try and meet up with other class members. And then, we actually have what Midoriya does see. The Nomu is summoned. And well, then there is Mr. Aizawa, who is laying down in a puddle of his own blood, as Shigaraki is just trying to explain to him the circumstances, while the Nomu is directly behind him. Now, Midoriya just does have Venom retract from around his face, as he does yell Mr. Aizawa. This being where Shigaraki does order the Nomu to kill that kid, as it does turn and rush towards Midoriya. Midoriya's spidey sense going off as he actually does go to push the people behind him further away, using a bit more force than he wanted to, as they're sent flying backwards. Midoriya throwing up both of his hands and actually meeting the Nomu with his punch. And when he actually does do that, Shigaraki, he does have his eyes widen, as this kid just matched the Nomu, who is supposed to be stronger than All Might in physical power. Now, the Nomu does actually go to throw up another punch, Midoriya and him actually standing on equal playing fields for a few seconds, before Midoriya actually does just move backwards. Before the Nomu does actually rush him in speed, directly hitting him and uppercutting him as he's sent flying upwards into the air. Then when that actually does happen, Midoriya does smash into a power grid, or electrical lights, and get electrocuted, as he does feel the shock running through his back. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he also does go barely towards the ground. As he does land, he does get back up. And he actually does begin to start going a bit more crazy. The only thing that's really going through his head is to protect everyone. Take down the Nomu. Take down the Nomu. That thought increasing in violence. And just being all that's going through Midoriya's head is Venom, he actually does bond with Midoriya more. And it does actually start to have a bit of a different effect. It hurting Midoriya's psyche for a brief second, as Midoriya does just look up, and Venom's teeth do form, as a long tongue does stick out of his mouth and he just does scream that they are Venom, before rushing back in at the Nomu. Then when the Nomu actually does go to throw a punch, Midoriya does dodge, as he does just simply go to create a giant blade, slashing upwards through the Nomu's arm, before bringing it upwards and swinging downwards directly into his chest. The Nomu's arm beginning to regenerate, as Midoriya, he actually does hear Shigaraki say that. Now, the moment that actually does happen, Midoriya, he actually does just look at the Nomu for a second, before Venom does just go to bite its head off. Now, Midoriya does actually just rip its head off, and when that actually does happen, Shigaraki does see this, as the Venom symbiote quickly does cover the entire Nomu, as the giant ball of mass that is protruding out of Midoriya's body just suddenly does go back to covering him. Then when it does, Midoriya just goes to looking as big as the Nomu in physical size, before turning to Shigaraki and screaming at the League of Villains. Now, Kirigiri does take this opportunity to call a retreat, as the heroes do bust in. Now, with that being said, Midoriya and the heroes, they do get into a bit of a scuffle, as it does eventually boil down to Todoroki, Endeavor, and Jiro, along with All Might, having to step in and cool Midoriya down. Now, they are able to get Midoriya to be uncovered by the Venom symbiote as it is rampaging, as Midnight would actually use her pheromone quirk and make Midoriya pass out. Now, with that being said, we do actually cut to a few hours later, where Midoriya, he is laying down, and he is having a nightmare, where a man is being experimented on. And then there is a man in a black mask. As he does actually reach his hand outwards, and the man actually does look up to all one and scream. Midoriya actually just jolting upwards as he does actually go to say stop. Now, when that actually does happen, Midoriya just does bring his hands up to his head. And just wonder if that really was a nightmare. Now, with that being said, we actually do have Jiro and Toga, along with a few other people who actually do have, well, who are here right now. A few of Midoriya's classmates, as they do ask him if he's okay. What? Yo, Izuku, are you alright? Tokoyami does go on stating, talking about how he seems to have had a nightmare. He's sweating. Huh? Oh. Sorry. What happened? I blacked out. Fuck, I blacked out. Wait, you don't remember taking down the Nomu? Toga go on stating. Midoriya is saying no. After, well, hitting the ground, everything got fuzzy. Yeah, you said the words, "We are Venom." And then you ripped the Nomu apart. I did what? I killed that guy? Trust me, that wasn't a guy. Toroku go on stating. Midoriya actually looking at the corner of his eye and seeing that he's leaning against the wall by the door. Saying that that thing was able to regenerate and did not react to pain. Along with that, well, the way they talked about it, it was like a subhuman servant. So, if I were you, I wouldn't feel any remorse towards it. Huh? Oh, I mean, sure. But I mean, Midoriya bringing his hand up to his head, putting it in his hair, saying that everything just felt so different. Well, I mean, you do look different too. Huh? Yeah, silly. Toga does go on stating, as she actually does ask Yaoyorozu if she can create a mirror. Her creating a hand mirror as she does hand it to Jiro, who does just hold it up saying that she likes his little new makeover. Midoriya actually having the mirror brought up to his face, and seeing that his hair turned blonde. Wait, what the hell? Wait, I'm confused. Why is my hair yellow? Or blonde? I don't know. It happened whenever you... Well, after you ate the Nomu. Wait, I ate the Nomu? Well, I mean, you kind of absorbed it? And then you just hulked out. I did what? Well, I mean, you got super huge. You and Venom. I think... I don't know. Venom actually is popping out. And talking about how they need to talk. Now, Venom actually has just look around at everyone in the room. Before his eyes do, well, focus on Todoroki. Todoroki looking at Venom before he does actually just go to stop leaning against the wall and walk out the door. As Midoriya, he actually has have a private conversation with Venom. Venom telling him in his head that the Nomu, that creature, whenever they went feral and bonded, something incredibly strange happened. What do you mean strange? Well, what I'm saying is, we've been bonded for quite some time. Yeah? And our connection, it's quite strong. Yeah? After feasting on the Nomu, I changed a little bit. What are you talking about? I gained its memories. I know who it was. I know where he was abducted from. Along with that was a blonde-haired man, and you ate his entire body. No, that was you. Actually, it was both of us. If you want to be technical, I broke him down and put his genetics into yours. Apparently, too much body mass. And there does appear to be a physical mutation to it. That explains the blonde. Anything else? Yes. You'll find that your natural strength's increased. Along with that, I think by using the shock absorption ability, if I permanently implement it into your DNA, I can at least decrease our weakness to sound. What? Wait, are you serious? That's insane. Yes. It won't be perfect. However, we won't just freak out as much. That's insane. It's crazy. Yes, however, you are aware this means I'm using a quirk. What? Yes. Broke down the body mass entirely. Only left the quirk. In fact, well, it does appear I can take them. Like all for one. Yes, however, my methods are a bit more extreme. No, Venom. You are not doing that. I understand. What? I understand. Saw the man suffering. Saw the man's life. Both of us will. He was a good person. Now he's dead. Because of us. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you understand. But what gave you this sudden change of heart? I don't know. I feel more human now, actually. I guess it's experiences, memories, helped. Okay. Well, this is gonna take some getting used to, you know. Yes, I'm aware. No. Midoriya does actually go to stand up and walk out. The moment he actually does, you have Todoroki standing there right in front of the door, as he just point blank asks him the question if he's All Might's secret love child. What? You fucking heard me. Anyways, now I really hope that got a laugh out of a few of you, because I was building up to it. And I feel like just changing Deku's hair color, Todoroki is internally fucking screaming, and he's connecting a lot of dots in his notebook to a lot of places he really should not be. Anyways, since fucking Todoroki's now a conspiracy theorist confirmed, I'm gonna let you guys go. Or I'm gonna go. And upload the video. Good night.